Hello, my beautiful Leos. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently not in communication with your person. So let's just get started here. Okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Split the deck and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So this is definitely someone that maybe possibly you guys were in a higher level of commitment with this individual, okay? And maybe you feel like there was either like a lack of progress or things started to kind of slow down. Maybe you felt like the effort was, beginning to decrease here. That could be the case. Or it could just let me know that it's someone that you, like a connection that you had high hopes for, but you feel like things were just taking very long to actually get off the ground here. So take it how it resonates. I'm going to start off by seeing how this person is currently viewing you. Okay. The Hierophant. Wow. Okay. So some of you could be dealing with the Taurus here, but what I see is, if they're viewing you in the Hierophant energy, this is someone who is thinking about, a commitment with you, 10 of Pentacles, now we're seeing the Hierophant. Now, what I see here also, guys, is like, this person may feel like you led them to a new path or like you made them become more like open-minded. It's almost like you either like they feel like you opened up some sort of new door for them, or they've been learning a lot about their self, about this connection. Because as much as this card speaks about commitments, it could also speak about like higher education. It could speak about like your values, right? Your morals, that sort of thing. So there could be something that they're thinking about in terms of like your values versus theirs. But mainly what I'm getting here is this person feels like you open them up to a lot. There's a lot that they've learned about you, about, the connection, about their self, but they are viewing you as someone who they want to commit to. Okay. This person may also feel like something about this connection is like destined to be, or like when they think of you, the first thought that comes to their mind is like, Leo and I definitely met for a reason, or we have some sort of purpose here. Like, there's no way that I just met Leo and we're in a separation now and this is it. So it's definitely someone who feels like there's some sort of unfinished business here. But mainly what I'm getting is they feel like they met you for a reason. There's like a spiritual reasoning behind this. They may still feel very connected to you despite the distance here. So the Fool, okay, as well as the Seven of Pentacles coming in the challenge position. So this is someone who is, eager to take a leap of faith towards you with the Fool card. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I will say there could have been a waiting game that was going on between the both of you for quite some time here. So what your person is in the process of is they feel like they have, essentially laid the groundwork, or they have put forth the effort that they, were able to in this bond here, but there was some sort of waiting. So, like, the best way for me to explain it is like this person may feel like they invested their energy in this bond and so did you, but then it ended up kind of moving very slowly. Or this may be someone who feels like they could have done a little more. Like they don't feel like they didn't invest in the connection at all, but they do feel like there was some sort of a pause here. Okay. And with the Fool as well as the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this is someone who's like, okay, what do I do now, or what do I do differently? They may be waiting for the right time, or this could also be a card of like waiting for a sign from you, but I feel like they are feeling an urge to reach out to you with the Fool card. They're definitely wanting, a brand new beginning here. Leo, I also feel like there's something that this person may feel is very freeing about this bond. Like, for example, this person may have felt very restricted, in the past, whether it was in another bond or whether it was just on their own. And they feel like something like being with you, not only are they able to, manifest the changes that they want, they could just feel like the word that I'm getting is free. So it could be that this person feels like, okay, I could just be myself around Leo and I don't have to worry about judgment, or I don't have to worry about portraying myself in like, a different light. They just feel like they can be their self around you. Because the way that I was receiving the download is they feel like something is very freeing to them, or something feels very freeing to them about this bond here. So you're viewing them in the Nine of Swords energy, okay? So you're viewing them as someone who may spend a lot of time in their mind. You may view them as, an overanalyzer, an overthinker, that sort of energy. But with the Nine of Swords, it could also be that you're viewing them as, yes, an overthinker, but you feel like that's the reason why there's a lack of action. Like, because the Nine of Swords could be read as like, stress or worry, but it could also be read as like unnecessary worry. So for some of you, you're looking at, or the way that you're viewing this person is, maybe if they were not to overthink a situation, they would actually put forth the action, or there's certain things that they are thinking about that you may feel like are not really of importance, and maybe you wish that they would eliminate those thoughts and just think about what they want moving forward. But you're viewing them as either someone who worries a lot, okay, or you feel like they spend a lot of time in their mind with their thoughts. So like someone who tries to make sense of a situation, who tries to solve issues on their own, but they don't really communicate this. So like you may like the fact that they think about things thoroughly, but you may also dislike the fact that you feel like this is kind of, not really dislike the fact, but you may feel like they're also in their own way because of how much they think, is how you're viewing them. Okay, so how do you feel? We have the Queen of Wands, okay, a lot of attraction here, and the Devil. What's the Devil? The Lovers. Wow, intense connection here, guys. Because in your feelings, what it's telling me is, you feel so connected to this person. You may even feel like this is someone that you can't really get off your mind. Even if with the Queen of Wands, if you were openly dating other people, or if you were, putting yourself out there, there's something about this connection that you can't deny. Lovers and the Devil could be not only a very intense connection, there could be something in particular that this person makes you feel, or something in particular that this, connection that you guys share, like there could be something that you guys share that you feel like cannot be replaced. For some of you, this could be a Capricorn or a Gemini, but mainly what I'm getting here, Leo, is like you still feel very connected to this person, but you may feel like, there's some sort of unhealthy tie here. So with the Devil, this could be like an unhealthy soul tie. It could be, addictions or attachments that are in the way. Or it could just be read as, obsessive thinking. Like when you think about this person, or when you think about the situation, you feel like it really becomes draining. Because I do see that this connection is very intense, there's a lot of passion here, but something is starting to drain you, or you feel like something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel healthy. That's a better word. And in your feelings with the Queen of Wands, I do feel like you are, you're showing up as very confident, you're glowing, you're exuding a very bold energy. But behind that, it's almost like you're trying to figure out what this connection really means to you, what this connection is going to offer you moving forward. And you may even feel like, just you and I for a second here, Leo, you may feel like this is a connection that has had a hold on you for quite some time. Right? The Devil could be like, when something quite literally has a hold on you, and it's not like easy to let go of it. Not saying that you can't let go of it, but it could be a difficult process. So you may feel like no matter what I do, I'm always drawn back to this person, or no matter what I do, I have such a hard time forgetting about this person. For some of you, the passion between the both of you is extremely intense. Like it doesn't even need to be spoken about. Like when you're around this person, you can just you can just feel it. You know what I mean? Like what's felt doesn't need to be understood type of energy is what I'm picking up on here. Okay, so the Fool card is being clarified by the Knight of Cups. So yeah, this is definitely someone who's in love with you, someone who wants to tell you how they feel. And the Knight of Cups, guys, with the Fool could also be like very abrupt or unexpected communication, like someone coming in, or someone sending you a text saying that, hey, I've been thinking about you and like I miss you. So it's an emotional confession, but it's not something that you expect from this individual. So the Nine of Cups is clarifying the Seven of Pentacles here. I feel like, again, guys, like you are someone who makes this person very happy. They are viewing you as wish fulfillment, but there's like an energy of either waiting for a sign from you, or they feel like things have been stagnant for quite some time here. So I'm going to clarify, why they may feel that way, because we're going to get to their feelings. But mainly what I'm getting here right now, guys, is like someone who wants to tell you how they feel or how happy you make them. I feel like this person still views you in a very positive light, but there is a bit of overthinking going on their side. I do see that. Knight of Cups, Judgment. They feel like if they were to confess how they feel, there's a possibility for you guys to have a new beginning or some sort of a major change in this dynamic. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but the Judgment card and the Fool card kind of look similar, and not only is it about embracing new beginnings, there may be like what's standing out to me is some sort of forgiveness. So like this person could be either forgiving themselves or forgiving you, or trying to forgive something that happened between the both of you because they want a new beginning here. And there's also an energy of like death and rebirth, almost like someone feeling like I'm able to release the old version of myself, or I'm able to release something that feels a bit toxic, where we can have a change. But the main thing that I'm getting here is this person feels like if they were to tell you how they feel about you, they feel like there would be some sort of a positive change, like whether it's you guys can have a new beginning, or you guys would just be able to speak to each other again and just be at a better or more calmer space than you guys currently are. And the Nine of Cups is being, the world. This speaks about a major, like turning over a new leaf, one cycle coming to an end here. The World's card could also speak about travel. So this person could be relocating or moving closer to you, okay, to, spend more time with you or pursue a connection here. But I mainly like see it here as like one thing happening after the other. Like it's almost like if your person makes, for example, right, like if your person is making a decision to release something or someone, then following that will be a new chapter between the both of you. But the Judgment could also be a wake-up call, like realizing this is who makes me happy, this is who I want to be with. And in their feelings, or not in their feelings, but on their mind right now, what they're feeling is like, if I were to just say how I feel, I do feel like we can have some sort of change. Okay, so let's clarify their feelings. The Tower. We also have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is someone who wants to be truthful with you. And I will say, guys, like with the Tower, this person and the Judgment, like there's like a major realization that your person is having. This is like an extreme wake-up call, right? Something that you cannot avoid. So like even if you feel like this is someone who is avoidant, or skeptical, or when it comes to change, or there was some sort of resistance when it comes to change, there is something that they're not able to run away from now, and they're facing it head on. So that's the pro of the card there. But with the Tower as well as the Ace of Swords, I think that when things fell apart between the both of you, there was also a sense of clarity that this person gained. Kind of like it could be what was not working between the both of you, or what they could have potentially done differently. But I mainly see it as someone gaining clarity after an ending. I do feel like they're worrying, or there's a lot of overthinking going on, but I see the Ace of Swords as like, okay, now that I know, or now that said thing is becoming clear to me, I'm able to have a breakthrough in this situation. And even if it's not a breakthrough, like conversing with you, this could just be something that they're going through mentally, like better understanding you, better understanding this connection here. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Strength. We have the Temperance that wanted to come out. Okay, so some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Leo, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so here's what I see, guys. With the Two of Swords and the Strength, this person feels like, if you're like, okay, why is this person held back, or why are they not reaching out to me? With the Two of Swords, there could be something that they're trying to figure out, like whether it's how you feel, whether it's how they feel, or how they want to go about this situation here. Because Two of Swords could be when you're in between worlds. But with the Temperance as well as the Two of Wands, I see a lot of planning for the future. I see an energy of like, not only do I feel like this person feels that the both of you work very well together, Two of Wands could be an energy of they feel like they finally have control in a situation. Not in a negative way, but this may be someone who felt very powerless for a very long time. And with all the cards of change that I'm seeing, the World card, Judgment, Tower, it's like the Fool card, right? There's something that they were finally able to release, or something that they are finally able to, again, like let go of or move on from, where they feel like they found some sort of power in that, or some sort of strength in that. And it could even be someone who felt very restricted, right? Someone who felt like, you know what, this is what I want, a connection with Leo, but I feel like I can't go after it. And what I see in the potential outcome is someone feeling like, you know what, not only could it be an energy of them taking accountability, the Two of Wands is like, having the world in your hands, knowing that, okay, I actually have the power to control or manifest my reality here. It's someone that once felt very powerless, and now they feel like, I know what to do when it comes to this connection. That's mainly what I'm getting here. And bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this person is very focused on, equal give and take. Also, with the Six of Pentacles, it could speak about continuing to do something that works and releasing what does not work. So there, with the major cards here of change, right? Major, or cards of major change, they're starting to realize what is not working. It doesn't necessarily have to be in this connection. It could just be habits or things that they're doing on their own time, that they're like, okay, if I were to release that, then it would be better for the connection, or it would be better for me, so that I can move towards this connection here. But mainly what I'm getting is they don't feel as powerless as they did in the past. So let's see what they want to communicate to you. And Two of Swords and the Strength card could also be someone who was held back from you for a while because they felt like they didn't really have their emotions intact, or they felt like they were at a very confused space. Doesn't mean that they were confused about their emotions towards you. It could be someone who had something going on in their personal life as well, where it's like, okay, I don't want to speak to Leo when I'm kind of all over the place mentally, or when I can't see something clearly. You were right. Okay, so you're going to know how this resonates for you. There could be something in particular that you told this person. It could even be, with the Devil there, you could have told them something that you felt like they should work on, so that, it could be better for the relationship between the both of you. Okay, the heat between us is intense. I definitely feel that. I did mention that with the Lovers as well as the Devil card. I long for your kiss. Yeah, there's a lot of passion here, guys. I feel like this person, not only do they find you to be very attractive, I feel like this is a connection they cannot deny. Life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing. I miss your light. Yeah, that's that Nine of Cups energy there. You make them extremely happy. They're wanting to make a change for you. This may be someone who feels like their life has been boring, or this is someone who feels like, I always look forward to hearing from Leo. And now that Leo's not speaking to me, why do I feel so lost? Yeah, that's that Two of Swords energy with the Strength card there, right? So it's an energy of someone feeling like, they're not really sure how to go about things. And Nine of Swords could also be like I said, unnecessary worry. But think about it. If you were to put yourself in the Nine of Swords energy, that's when you're thinking about so many different things at once. You may even be thinking about things that are not necessarily true. But if you feed that to your mind starts to believe it. So I feel like this is someone who is realizing something that you said was correct. They could be feeling a little bit all over the place right now, but there's definitely a lot of missing going on. Okay, so my wonderful Leos, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.